Hi guys, hi. This is Bright Wolf, and I'm just having my salt detox tonight. And while I do that, I thought I'd make a video because what else can you do except chat? And I want to pass the time while I'm drinking this down. So I'll make a quick video. Yes, I have been thinking a lot about eating at the moment, and I've been thinking about kind of like health. I've started losing a lot more weight. I've kind of gone raw food diet, and I've been drinking a lot more soup and a lot more liquiditarian diet. I've been eating greens. I've caved a few times, having like heated up lentils and curry sauce, or like sneaking a can of baked beans. But I'm slowly going more, yeah, raw food diet. Most of the things in my fridge are fruit, which got me thinking about like sugar and salt. So I really enjoy tomato soup, and yeah, so I really enjoy tomato soup, and I think it's like the salt and the tomato is like really good for you. It seems to replenish me a lot, and I find that a lot of meat eaters, when they have a good steak, the one thing they really enjoy is all the salt on the food. And to me, when I gave up meat and became a vegetarian, it was like the one thing that really I still needed was a good like mineral kick. The body knows that all the minerals, magnesium, and the salts actually help, and you can get a lot of sodium chloride from tomatoes, which is good, like why I drink tomato soup and stuff. But yeah, so Santos Bonacci talks about like balancing out pleasure and pain with the crest in the body, and the chakras and the Merkaba, and the magnetic system. The magnetic system is linked to the obviously the elements. So the magnetic system is linked to the liquid system. The liquid system is linked to the biokinetic system, and so the blood is actually connected to salt, because blood is a 98% match to seawater, apparently. Sorry guys, just getting this down. So yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is the 12 salts that Santos Bonacci talks about actually like power the hydroenergetic field of the atoms inside the blood, and our atoms in our blood actually are converted into energy, because crystal energy, like salt, is an actual crystal. The salt in our blood is a crystal energy, and when we take on heaps of vitamin D, we convert physical elements like heat into power and photosynthesize the sun, and we basically charge that in our colon, or our core chakra. So like you've got your seven glandular modes in the body, with the thymus and the third eye and the pituitary gland, pineal gland, the throat, the throat gland, heart, the heart chakra, the heart, the adrenal glands, going down to the gonads and so forth and so on. So you've got the seven glandular chemical releasing, which is the basically like the chemical charger for the kinetic field in the Kundalini. And I've been realizing that I'm like slowly being off food to the point where it's like I don't even want to eat anymore, and I'm learning a lot from breatharians, and at the moment, and like Jericho Sunfire, quite a few others. Victor, I think, can't remember his last name. It's Russian, I think, or it might be Italian. Victor Triviano, I think. So yes, but the point is that focus on the occult side of this. Like I can understand how kinetically, like with the torus field, with the breath, the main, like inside us we've got parasites, and the more breath we use, we have to connect to the ear, and the ear. Bruce Lee talked about you got to be like water. Like he's saying, if you want to know the secret to my kung fu, he says, be like water. If water can fill up a cup. It can crash boulders. It can go down a river or flow. So yeah, it's or it can be a tidal wave. He didn't say that, but yeah. So I think water to me is like really important. And if you look closer at water, like atomically, and water is like liquid, as you've got the crystalline water. You got snowflakes, and when it freezes, it turns into like the sound frequencies, which comes into what sound is happening in crystals. So like the audiokinesis and audio therapy, harmonics and the 432 frequency. And if the planet really is on a DC current and we're using AC, really we're used to all this extra, because AC is alternating current, DC is direct current. When you alternate currents, everything's reverse, which fucks up your torus field. Positive light, direct current is how we should be like directing our torus fields, which is like our pretty much the prana system for our aura, and how we connect with other people. So it's like, yeah, just like when you look at like water and you look at the crystals, it's like I can understand how crystal energy can really help. And I guess I want to be connected more to the elements. If we're 99% water, when you do a salt detox, the first thing you'll notice is that when you go to the bathroom is that you flush out a lot of water. It's not just like crap inside you which gets flushed out. It's actually like a lot of liquid water which holds in all the food you've been holding in. And the colon is like it's like another brain, and all the glandular modes of brains, like the heart is a brain. It has a direct link with the brain without using the spinal column. We're using chemical intelligence, which is what ants use to communicate with each other. They leave a scent. So it's like the heart is, and it's more active. It actually gives off more pulses than the brain. It's the most active organ in the body, and it acts like a second brain. So if you think about further down through the spinal column, you've got the intestines, and that's where we come into contact with what they call the two snakes, or the abdominals, and which is the intestines writhing up through your stomach, and that pretty much connects to as above so below. Like what you input, you have to output. Like what you take, you have to give back. So it's like, for me, Mother Earth, it's like we were created to actually take in the air, and not just the air. I mean, yes, we were, but I believe that we were meant to take in the light, or the sun, and taking Ra, like taking Apollo. And I think that I mean, if I go full breatharian, I'll probably still do something different to the other guys, which is I'll take a lot of like salts, and I'll take a lot of like minerals and copper, and I'll muck around with the magnetic field as well as the liquid system. And I think liquiditarianism is the right way to be for most of the population. I mean, there's so many people that are just eating meat, and just like every time someone wants a sandwich, something has to die, like a living thing with a mother and a child, like they get separated and slaughtered in front of each other. It's just, there's no need for the gluttony on the planet. With, like, I'm talking to you through technology that's like Atlantean, almost caught up with the Atlantean technology, and I'm still seeing so many animals get killed, so that because we don't understand like basic medical health about, like, our bodies are 98% water, which is basically like one step closer to being an energetic frequency if we add in sound harmonics. I mean, we could switch to a light body if we had the right understanding of how to use crystals, or at least had the right understanding of how to breathe like a crystal. So I don't know if that makes sense at the moment. I'm just channeling a bit of information, and yeah, I just want to say hello to everyone out there, and to say, like, yeah, it's been a really good year for me. Yeah, just I've had a lot of trials, but also I've had to deal with a few kind of like negative things, and just kind of avoid those and not have not take on too many people's energy. I've also had a really good, like, positive. I've seen a lot of positive changes in people, and I just like, I forget that we all start out as glitter fairies, and I just want to send my love to everyone and hope that you guys still have a bit of fun, and still everyone's meditating, and you wear a bit of colour. Remember, guys, don't wear grey. Greys are like the colour of overcast day. So I mean, you absorb light and you absorb colour. So if you don't want to feel like an overcast Monday, please don't wear grey. I mean, unless you've had a really cool week and you've been working out and you just got all you got is a pair of grey track pants at your partner's place. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, I've got a pair of those, and I put those on when I've got nothing else because I'm too lazy to do washing, and that's good too. Yeah, so symbolism, like, to me, like, language is like something that we've developed to, like, talk in the third dimension, but before, like, a lot of starseeds know that talking drains your energy, so we're learning to be more psychic. Symbolism in your head is how we created the geometrics for sound, and so I think that just being aware of all the ancient symbols, in Celtic, Hebrewic, Aborigine, Egyptian, learning the hieroglyphics, everything is a sound frequency. Everything mimics something in nature. What Tesla was talking about, 369, 369, everything is like that, got that honeycomb center, which is perfect for resonating triple frequency, which is why they say beetles in ancient Egypt were a symbol for immortality, because beetles, they discovered that beetles, the shape of their shell has like a levitation ability. The same with bees. How bees are too heavy to actually fly, and they shouldn't be able to fly as quick as they can, and bumblebees are actually physically too heavy to fly with the size of their wings and the ratio of how fast their wings go. So they figured out that there's actually a coating on the shell and the wing that actually creates anti-gravity. So I'm thinking that something to do with silica, something to do with sound, buzzing, and one guy actually, I mean, a lot of you guys who have researched levitation, because I'm definitely into levitation, like, I will be looking into that more, but levitation, one guy actually in the 1920s, I think, put something like 1,000 beetle shells on a little board and somehow connected it to some hand control electron device where he could rev it, and he got this thing going, and apparently he went faster than a jet in the air. Like, he managed to fly, and he had an anti-gravity machine just made out of beetle shells, pretty much, and it was a certain type of beetle from Papua New Guinea, I think, or yeah. So it's so New Zealand's pretty good at the moment. We're still kind of like sending the other half of the world positive vibes. So a bit about me. I'm a fashion designer, or up and coming. I'm a fashion student at the moment. I make clothes, and I also am a beginner painter. I have done some paintings. In my spare time, I like to run, skateboard, absorb sunlight. I enjoy fun things like glow in the dark kung fu nunchucks, which I haven't actually got, but if I had them I would enjoy them. I have normal nunchucks, which I use for coordination. I also like, what else do I like? I like reading. Spend most of my time sewing actually, and I've just had a big fashion show coming up for my end of year body of work, so that's what I'm doing for that. I'm a vegan. I still get, obviously, every now and then it's been hard, like getting tempted, but I'm definitely like moving towards liquiditarianism at the moment and fruitarianism, though I don't know how I'm going to deal with the sugar issue and fruitarianism. So I might have to balance it out with a juicer or something. So, the panther you can see in the background, that's my pet panther Apollo. He's obviously, he can come to life with the right spells. So, he's one of my animal totems. Apparently, panthers have a lot of feminine protection energy, and they have their hunting patterns work by the full moon. They have a lot of protection. They have a lot of they're very good for protecting other people, and they develop when you're in danger. So I don't know why I bought that. Maybe it's just I've had a lot of bad history in my life. I've had a shaman awakening, and my family didn't understand in the past, so I had to deal with a lot of I didn't get to come out as a star child like a lot of them. I got thrown in hospital, which I recovered very easily from, and I had to go through the processes of understanding about the occult first. I wasn't aware of things when I opened my third eye. But the thing is, one of my special talents is that I can see animal spirits. So I can if I'm tuned in, I could actually see a tiger in the room, or a spirit of a tiger, or I could see spirited pets sometimes, or pets that have passed on. One of my totems is the wolf, so I see the wolf quite a lot. I also see different things. Sometimes they catch you by surprise, and you can be like, whoa, that thing actually tried to really rise up and come into the 3D and come through the door and really look me in the eye like a huge alpha alpine wolf. So I guess if it's like a vibration thing or a heart chakra connection to the animal kingdom, I don't know. But the thing is, I know that animals have a higher connection, that people get stuck on the ego, but animals have bypassed that and have really high moral code. It's all about being really connected to Mother Earth. So I am losing weight. I've wanting to get really fit. So I'm obviously not I haven't got an 8-pack yet. I'm taking monatomic gold. I am learning about the magnetic field, and I listen to Simon Parkes a lot. So, and I also listen to Santos Panacci, and I'm an astrology fan so much. Astrology to me is like a science. I don't know how everyone else feels, but with the 13 star signs, I don't believe that I'm moved into Capricorn like they say, we're 3 weeks behind. Because to me, the equinox, the wobble, is always going to be there, and that the traits of the Aquarius for me, we just have to actually add in the 13, which is the continuation, because 8 or 3 is the infinity sign. So it's understanding the other star signs and being able to see things in 3s, not duality. Like some people say you're this or that, or you're a cusp. It's being able to go, well, actually I'm 3 signs, and because I've got 3 planets in Saggy, even though I'm an Aquarius. So I've got 3 planets, so I have to actually think like a Saggy sometimes, and I've got a full moon in Aries. So my romantic side is actually is Mars, which is really fiery and stubborn. I've got my Scorpio's in Pluto, so Scorpio's the planet of death. So when I get stingy, I sting to kill. Um, but like, you know, watch out, Gumby. You know, I'm joking. Yeah. So I'm trying to get more healthier. I'm cutting out alcohol. I'm getting sick of drinking. It's just really screwing up my body, and I know that the spirits get in every time you deactivate your liver, which in Chinese medicine is the battery to the body. So every time I turn off the battery, I'm clinically dead pretty much on a magnetic level, and I'm sick of that. I'm sick of, you know, I want to be alive. You know, I still, yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a bit of marijuana as long as you don't do it to just be cool because you want to be included in society. Like, it's nice to like liquefy your pineal gland, or, you know, like it's best to do it like with friends and then turn off the lights like maybe once a month or so, and just really just listen to some like some Tool or some 432 music and just watch a candle, because it's good for realigning to the feminine. But I am very like yeah, I can't wait like to save up and just go over and to California and see everyone and just like get like an idea of what's going on and get more into my health and my I've seen aliens, or sorry, star people. I've seen I have a strong connection to Sirius, and I have a strong connection to the Pleiades. I'm wanting to learn more about the Tesla energy and anti-gravity. So not just on a technological point of view. Like I've had memories of floating around the room when I was 3, like without any reason, just flying around, and they were solid memories. I've had memories of I've seen the 2 little greys in my room one time. So to me, like I think like this, to me, you know, like if you've been listening to the, oh, this is going on more than 10 minutes. If you've been listening to Max Spears, apparently Max Spears has, you know, been deceased for a month or a couple of months, and it's, you know, sending him love on the other side. Sorry, I'm really sorry to his family and stuff, and, you know, to all his fans and stuff. So, but he was mentioning how he's best friends with Orlando Bloom in high school, and that he also brought up Ricky Gervais, and Ricky Gervais was actually Merovingian bloodline, and apparently there was a Pope Gervais back in the 12th, 14th century. I can't remember. Apparently he recorded an account, witnessed the full moon opening up as a gateway. Apparently, for a moment, there was a doorway to the Hollow Earth. You know, and I'm not trying to say anything about that, or I'm just trying to say that you know, to me, there's definitely something to do with magnetics with this health stuff. You know, I've been listening to David Wolf, so I know there's something about oxygen, something about monatomic gold, which I've ordered. I've ordered my star food. I think that it's something to do with melt. You know what my opinion is, because everyone, you know, the world could be over tomorrow. You know, I might as well like, or it could begin tomorrow. You know, so as Tobias would say, you know, like, you know, let it happen. You know, let it happen. So it's like, I think we got to melt down like rose quartz and every type of crystal that we can find. Every type of quartz, every type of jasper, we're going to melt it into like mineral tonics, and we're going to drink that and take our gold, because gold's like, it's a single orbitally rearranged monatomic element. It has no attachments to other atoms. So to me, that is like, you know, Jesus' parable, like a rich man. There's more chance of a camel getting through the eye of a needle than there is a rich man getting into heaven. To me, heaven is God's state, or finding God in your state. So, so we've got to get on a high vibration diet and stop eating dead corpse and filling our, you know, because they say the intestines is a third lung. It's like it's the Taurus. Generator, so it's the tornado field. Yes, so what I was wanting to say was, I'll just have another sip of this one, I'm thinking. I should just chug this, eh? Practicing your vowels, learning the ancient Tibetan, and learning how to pronounce proper vibrational hymns, getting a Tibetan bowl. I've thought about the onks. I'm getting this information out while I can. I've thought about onks. I reckon they were sound devices. I reckon that you would grab two. You would hold the circle. You would hold the pivotal point in your hand. You'd have the circles on the outside. You'd ding together, and you would actually resonate your aura, and you'd hold on to it, and it would affect your auric, or harmonic field. So and like the tuning forks, you would tune your aura to the frequency of the planet. And apparently, in all the Sumerian and Egyptian hieroglyphics, they've seen cones. Cones will be depicted in something to do with levitation. Apparently, that guy who did Coral Castle was witness holding a cone by two kids. So I think there's something to do with like pyramid energy. You've got the pyramid energy. You've got tuning forks. The Ankh is like the universal symbol on a crisscross. So it's like you have a stabilized energy grid, but the universal knot, so it goes up, and the universal knot, that to me is linking fourth dimension with third. I don't know, because pyramids we see pyramids as divine, but really, if you look at it upside down, the fourth dimension needs to connect with the third. So really, pyramids are a tool to go up to the fourth. And I think that atomically, I think that we just need to focus on mineral water, and just crystal mineral water. So almost like getting monatomic 50% rose quartz in the water would help. I'm going to look into that. And I just wanted to shout out to Krista, and Tobias Lars, and Santos Bonacci in Melbourne. I wanted to shout out to Bashar and channelers, and I believe in channeling. So I better cut this video short before it gets to half an hour. But yeah, it's just a bit about the occult. To me, like, the magician's circle, right, is you always start with the center in the middle. It's the same with harmonics and the auric field, the torus. If you haven't got a clear module through the center of your torus field, you can't have power. So it's like the same with the magician's circle. It's got to be a clear circle, protected, for you to channel pure source energy, and that's when you get the Celtic knot, where you work with the elements and you boost in everything. You've got, because to me the elements can switch. It's up to you. You've got heat, air, oxygen, water. As long as you're functioning properly, your circle should work. As you add in, because the 5 stars, basically that's a lower version that's downgraded from a 6-star Star of David, which is actually a proper functioning Flower of Life module for an energy harmonic. Just work with your guides. Really do visualize your armor technique when you go to bed. Surround yourself in golden light, and really do work with archangels and Saint Germain. The idea is to become like them, but to also accept their strength when you are a novice at this stuff. So Always keep your stones with you. It's really important to realize that you are not an imposter. You're just in a very old and strange world, and you need to just work with what you've got and just bring your spirit into awareness. Sometimes it takes a while to like get that higher source energy working. Don't rush the universe, because sometimes it needs to place things around. You said, I want this, this, and this. It can't always just give it to you on a platter. It might give it to you in different ways, and you have to be the one to stack it properly. You know. So yeah, it's reincarnation. It's like, how many times we have to do this. I'm sick of seeing pain. I'm sick of seeing death. I want the happiness to come back into the planet. You know, I want the fairy energy. I can see into the Fey world every now and then. I won't lie. I mean, I can sometimes see into the Jinn world. I get a lot of cheeky stuff looking in at me with, you know, evil intention. I'll block that out with basic protection. But I just wanted to send love out to people like Thorn, anyone who's listening, Uncle Bearheart, Uncle Lionheart, whatever you have kind of taken for this, what should I say, for this summer. Just wanting to say there's a lot of occult information coming out, but for me, importantly, it's something to do with harmonics, learning your chart, and raising that frequency to the point where you can open a circle on that works for you, and like really just learning your alchemy and channeling that psychically, because your brain is basically part of the body, and the body is the last thing to conquer. So it's like, it's something to do with the bones. Apparently, it's in the bones. It's not in the flesh. It's right down deep in the bones, where the secret is. So, yeah. Peace out, guys. This is Bright Wolf, and much love.